took the time to take the proper steps to prove this man's guilt.
Well, if I can say, the problem with that is, I mean, at what point are you ever going to say, okay, we have the evidence? I mean, this has been the problem with habeas corpus appeals. He killed this woman 12 years ago. At some point, you have to say, this man is guilty. We've had many appeals. We have had many clemency boards look at it. We've had 2 juries say he's guilty and he deserves the death penalty. At some point, you've just got to say, no more appeals.
And did you just, did I hear you right a minute ago by saying that 7,000 people that have been killed, none of them have been innocent?
There is no evidence that a single person has been, innocent person has been executed this century.
The government has admitted that Ethel Rosenberg was innocent. The government has admitted that, Ann. I'm sorry that you don't know it, but it's true, and there's plenty more where that came from.
All right, well, we're going to keep going with the discussion we've got here.
No, it's admitted that she might not get the death penalty under current standards.
That's a different topic, and we're not going to get into it now.
Our focus in the last several months has not been on identifying anyone beyond Mr. Pruitt who had confessed to it. There certainly are theories about others, but our focus really has been on using the DNA testing to show that it wasn't Joe. There is one thing that I'd like to add. Joe's case was not just a typical case of numerous appeals and numerous habeas corpus petitions. In fact, Joe took one set of appeals directly from his conviction, and then saw one habeas petition make its way through the state court system and the federal court system. What makes this case different is that he wanted to be able to perform DNA testing that wasn't available in 1985 when the crime was committed, or in 1986 when he was tried, or it wasn't available to him in 1990 when earlier DNA testing was performed. The thing that makes this unique and not just another case of time and again taking another dip into the well was that new technology, new science made it possible to do a new test. They could have proved him innocent, and that's what was refused by Virginia.
No, on a very weak piece of evidence to begin with.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, Ann. This was a very strong piece of evidence. If his semen wasn't there, he didn't rape her, and if he didn't rape her, the prosecution's theory falls apart.
It could have been someone, first of all, it could have been someone else's semen. You can have 2 men's semen in a woman. They could have taken a swab, gotten the wrong man's semen if she had had sex with someone recently before that. Moreover, she was bludgeoned to death. The jury could have found that as a plus factor as long as it's constitutionally acceptable. You need some sort of... He's also murdered someone in jail.
I will let Doug respond to this because we've got to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back.